Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Merry Christmas. And let's have a look back at my game week 17 team. And I'm also going to look forward for the new how the team's looking. And it's it's doing okay at the moment. This week, I mean, obviously at the moment these are provisional points. I'm not sure how it works with the abandonment of the Bournemouth Luton game. Obviously, if you don't know, Lockyer was severely injured in that game and it was abandoned. So obviously, wishing him all the best. I hope that he has a quick recovery and everything. And my thoughts to his family. Hopefully, he can play again and fully recover. Because that was obviously a horrendous thing. But in terms of FPL points, it's a bit up in the air at the moment with what that actually means. Whether people will get the points from, particularly Solanke, who scored a goal and was on for bonus points, but or how it's going to work with replaying the game or anything like that. I'm not sure what is going to happen basically. So if anybody knows, let me know. I've just seen loads of speculation on Twitter and nobody really seems to know anything. They just seem to be um, basically talking bollocks, trying to find out what's happening. I haven't seen anything where anyone actually seems to know 100% this is going to happen or isn't. But I don't have any Bournemouth or Luton players in my team, and overall my team did pretty well, and it was looking on for it's a decent green arrow. I mean, this rank may change, but I got 65 points. And yeah, fantastic. Dubravka first clean sheet, brilliant. Saliba got a bonus point and a clean sheet for Arsenal as well. Trent is finally delivering. I love having Trent when he's like this and he's scoring points. Brilliant. He was a bit unlucky not to score actually against Man United, and I had a funny feeling about that game that it was going to be a bit tighter than everybody thought. Even though I did captain Salah, and he did, Manu. Well, they defended well and they frustrated Liverpool, and could have perhaps even nicked it towards the end. But yeah, so I mean, a bit disappointing. Captain Salah blank 3-pointer. So, I think a lot of people captain Salah, so it didn't really affect my rank too much. Colwill, who I brought in and got a clean sheet, fantastic. The other one I was looking at was Porro, who I think, did he get bonus or assist as well? I think he got 8 or 9 points. So Porro looking like maybe it was the better option, but happy with the clean sheet from Colwill. Palmer, fantastic, 14 points. Was half thinking about captaining him. Obviously, it didn't go there. And Martinelli has been disappointing. 3-pointer. Son, Son, a blank there. 2 points. Darwin, another disappointment at the moment. I don't have Watkins, but luckily I do have Jesus, who I think is a bit of a differential. Not many people have him, but he's playing well. He's scoring a couple of goals recently. 2 headers, I think, recently. So, 9 points. Absolutely pleased with that. Ferguson, and another one who may have to be moved on or something going forward. Areola on the bench, not playing. I'm not sure whether he's lost his place to Fabianski. He's been on the bench for the last couple of games. Maybe he's just not fully fit. So maybe he will play going forwards. But I'm happy to play Dubravka anyway and just leave Areola. If he doesn't start, it's no big deal. Gibbs White on the bench, looking like maybe that was a bit of a mistake to bring him in. He hasn't done much. Although, having said that, though, he took a couple of corners. I think there was one a bit unlucky not to score from. So, yeah, Forrest not playing particularly well. And Trippier obviously couldn't play because he was suspended, so coming back into the team now. And going forward, the team, I like this team. It looks pretty good. I'm one step ahead of a lot of people because I didn't have to take Haaland out. I'd already taken him out, lost all the points that he had done. I'm a bit sort of anti-template or not anti. Yeah, I'm trying to do something different and have fun with it, and not be the same as everybody else. But sometimes you end up like there's a bit. One of the things I was looking at was, do I really want to bring Palmer in because it seems like that's the template move. Everybody um, ends up having him. I mean, the midfield, the very template kind of midfield looks like Son, Salah, Saka, Palmer, maybe Gordon, and that's a fantastic midfield. If you've got that midfield, very, very, you're laughing really with all the points that most those players are getting. But want to be a little bit different. And that said, I'd much prefer Saka to Martinelli. Um, and I probably prefer Gordon to Gibbs White at the moment as well. So have to look forward and see whether I'm going to continue smashing up the template or whether I move a little bit more towards it. Let's see what the team looks like. Oh, and I should just mention actually the previous screenshot is from livefpl.net. A fantastic free website which allows you to look at your current game week score, and it's really useful tool. It's fun to use. So check that out if you've never used it before. That's where that's from. This week, game week 18, and the deadline is on the Thursday, so it comes very quickly. I have Dubravka in goal against Luton away. Good fixture, although Luton are a little bit more solid than we maybe thought, and they're giving a good go of it. They're really battling and everything. So maybe not a guaranteed clean sheet there, but happy to play him. Trippier also back into the team. Could be that he could well do with the rest. I think he'll play in. Will he play in midweek? They got a game. Can't remember. So Trent against Arsenal. So it's a difficult fixture, but it's a home fixture, and Trent has been playing very well again. Colwell against Wolves away, and at the moment I've got the captaincy on Son. That could change, and will almost certainly change depending on who I bring in for my transfer. Everton at home. I don't think Everton is an easy fixture at all now, and although at the start of the season I tipped them to go down, as I do most seasons, they always surprise me, and they are playing pretty well now. They look a much better team than they did at the start of the season. Pickford playing really well, as much as it pains me to say. I don't particularly rate Pickford, but he's been playing brilliantly again. That's the thing with him. He's either brilliant or he's really poor. And at the moment, he's playing well, keeping clean sheets. Maybe they're getting a little bit lucky. I'm not sure. And they're kind of going under the radar really, Everton. I think it's because they haven't really got a set run of really good fixtures. But I mean, maybe we should be considering some of their players. I'm not sure. Salah plays Arsenal at home. Um, Martinelli, Liverpool away. Martinelli has been disappointing really since I've had him in. I think he's only returned once. He's scored one goal, but he's still not a priority real to move out, because if I've got I could play him, and I know he's well. He does. His minutes are not guaranteed either. If I had a sort of another transfer, if I had a wild card, he wouldn't be in there. Put it that way. Yeah, not sure what to do with him. He could be a transfer out because he's quite expensive. He's 7.7 million or 7.8 now, but I bought him for 7.7, so I'd sell him for that. So he could be a transfer out to get a bit of money and move things around. I think I've got 1.7 million in the bank and one free transfer. Palmer, Wolves away. Palmer is playing really well. He's on penalties. He is playing every game at the moment. When Nkunku's properly back, maybe that changes. But at the moment, he looks to be basically Chelsea's best player. So, really happy to have him in the team. Very cheap. Although I brought him in later than a lot of people. Happy he's in there. Ferguson, Crystal Palace away. Ferguson has been a little bit disappointing, and you never quite know whether he's going to play or not. So he could be a transfer out, or it could be that I play maybe Gibbs White against Bournemouth at home. Forest have been so poor recently though, so I can't really see them doing much. But yeah, maybe that's the maybe to start off with, either of those two could play. Jesus has been playing well, and Liverpool away is a hard fixture, but happy to play him. Darwin has been a disappointment, and I think he's one of the trolls, isn't he, for FPL? He's the Reece James or the Luca Dean of the forward slot. Um, he always looks like he could score goals for fun. He just can't really finish, or gets a bit unlucky, or is offside when he does score. This type of thing. So he could be a transfer out, and he could be rested in this game anyway. Possibly, I'm not sure if they would rest him, because I think he's in their first 11, and this is a really important fixture for the for the title. So yeah, bench Areola, Gibbs White, Guayi, Saliba. That's a hard fixture, so at the moment got him at last bench. And yeah, so that is what it is. And thinking about the transfers, I'm actually considering. I don't think I've taken any hits so far. I might have taken one early in the season. I can't actually remember. I don't think I have. If I have, it's only one, a -4 somewhere along the way. But I'm thinking maybe a -8. So obviously, I think the move for a lot of people will be to bring in Watkins this week, who plays Sheffield United at home, I believe, and he's, captain material. Although it's the type of thing, isn't it? You probably bring him in and play him, think he's going to score a hat trick against Sheffield United, and then he blanks, and then he'll play someone else, Man City, and score. That's just typical. But I think he's going to be highly owned, and I want him back. He's you know he's pretty much a template kind of pick, but he's just a really good player, and he scores a lot of goals, and he's consistently going to start most games for Aston Villa. The fixtures start to get really quite good again as well soon. So although especially that's a very favourable fixture, and he would probably be my captain if I do bring him in. So that could be a straightforward move, Darwin to Watkins. But I'm not really happy with playing Ferguson or Gibbs White or any of the defenders this week. So I could do another transfer. Now, ideally, I would like to bring in Richarlison, but I had for Gibbs White. I don't have enough money to do that, so I could bring him in for Martinelli, but then that still means I've got to play either Ferguson or Gibbs White. So I mean, I could instead bring in Gordon. I think have I got enough for that? I might just have enough for that. Do Gibbs White to Gordon, and if I did do that, then that means that I could use the Flash Gordon theme song for a short video, and that may so that is worth it in itself, really, just for the opportunity to do that, or maybe maybe steal some a Flash Gordon thing for a thumbnail. That would just be quite fun. So and I love that movie from the 80s. It's so cheesy and funny. So it'd be worth it for that. He's too template though. Although he's a great pick. Yeah, so that could be an easy compromise if I do have enough for him. I'm not sure if I do. It's quite close, so I might have to move quite quickly to do it. The other now, what else? So I mean, and I don't have enough to do Ferguson to Solanke, who'd be another one. And depending on whether that Luton game is replayed and how it works, it'd be worth having him in for a double game week if that's how it's going to work. I don't know. But yeah. So other than that, so those are the moves. Now, what I could do is I could do. Now, I'm keen on the Darwin to Watkins move. If I could do Ferguson to Watkins, that'd be even better. But I can't, and I'm not close to that. So I could do. Well, in fact, could I do that and then I could do Ferguson to Watkins and then do downgrade Martinelli to Richarlison. I hadn't actually thought of that. That's so that would be a -4. So that's one way to go. I could do it that way. The other thing that I was thinking was if I do Darwin to Watkins and then Gibbs White to I think Richarlison, but it could be someone else. Probably Richarlison because I like that. That's differential. That's spicy. And but to afford that, I'd have to make another move. So that would be maybe Ferguson to Raul Jimenez. Now Raul Jimenez has just been sent off, and so he won't play this game, but he will sit on my bench this game, and he'd be a bit of an enabler, and I'd be happy to play him in some weeks coming forward when they have a good fixture because I think he's back to his best. He's sort of looks. Looks like he's enjoying himself. Looks like he's getting in around, causing a nuisance, and may score goals. And I like that move, but that means a -8. So and for one of the players to just sit on my bench, meaning I would play Watkins, Jesus, Palmer, Richarlison, Martinelli, Salah, and Son. But actually, just when I was just spitballing there, thinking about what I could do, I need to look at that Martinelli to Richarlison move because then that way I will. Yeah, but that means keeping Darwin. Hmm, not sure because he's so frustrating to own. He's the most frustrating player to own. Yeah, so I'm not really 100% sure, as usual, what I'm going to do. I'll just maybe throw some darts at a wall, a picture of the players on them, and see who it lands on, and say, right, I'm bringing that player in. Maybe that's the best way to go. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think I should do. And if you've watched this far, consider clicking the like button because I think that does something. I don't know what it does. But I just want to say thanks to anyone who's commented so far on any of my videos and been encouraging so far. I really appreciate it because it means the world to me when people are saying nice things. And if you say nasty things too, that's that you're entitled to do that. Not that anyone has so far, but thanks anyway. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year and all of that. So see you later. Bye.